That's a pretty cool scene, having the clouds coming up the valley. That's pretty cool. Well, it's 7:15. I can actually see sky. Still hazy and smoky, but maybe it'll clear up a bit. Anyways, 7:15. I'm all packed up. Well, half packed. Waiting for my oatmeal to ferment. So obviously, coming here yesterday, I just had the trail guide, kind of asked his trail guide, and not much else. So definitely some route finding involved, but last night in the tent I made a discovery. I am definitely on the right trail, so I'm pretty pleased about that. And I'll just kind of show you what I mean. So down that valley where I first popped out of the trees, the trail guide, and maybe I misread it, but I've read it a few times. Trail guide said take the left scree bank, presumably over the waterfall. Well, you know, trails change, and maybe that's what's happened here, but where that stick was, that rock stick, you gain the right bank, and that gets you over. It's a bit sketchy, but there's a little path that takes you over the waterfall, that cliff, and gets you onto this side. Now after that I kind of went up here, but I think what you do then is you just stay in the creek bed, and you come up to this ridge and then just climb here. And I know all this now because I mean, I was reading it last night going, she says go left, but I don't see that, so I didn't know where the hell I was. But this photograph is in the trail guide. There's people walking right here with my meadow, and you can see all that in the background, and there's people walking. I looked at the photo, the words didn't make sense. I saw the photo, I'm like, yay. And then it says after that you gain the obvious grass ramp, and it is obvious because it's grass and there's no other way to go, right? There's a cliff. The only way to go is up those grassy bits and to the waterfall, which I found yesterday. So this part is sorted. I know I'm on the right trail. Did everything right except go wandering off yesterday. So I'm all packed up and ready to go. All done there. Standing over there packing up, I was warm as toast. Just like this. And then the clouds appeared. So that cloud that's coming up the valley earlier has come up a bit further. I'm now in the cloud. And it's cold and damp. Jeez. Like, damn. Really? Guess it's going to follow me up there. All right. Well, plan, head that way. The clouds are gaining on me. My little meadow is completely in the clouds now. It'd be bloody cold down there right now. It's quite scenic. I'm hoping it doesn't continue this way. That's just kind of an extra element I'd have to account for. Visibility goes down significantly. That's going to be the end of that. I know my way around here anyway now. And here is definitely a trail. The waterfall's right around that corner, and I'm going that way. Out of the trees, there's a good path between where I was last time, what I'll call the Waterfalls ridge, and this little clearing here. And presumably that's a cliff. I might go check that out. Clouds are steady there, and natural thing to do, of course, is to wander up onto this little bald spot, and in doing so I found there's this definitely a cairn. Whew. Interesting. Well, that's got to be the way. Looks a bit better from this angle. That's a tough slog. That first cairn was there. I couldn't find a trail. And then there's this. Yeah, this is a pretty subtle trail. And of course, that's nice and all, but then where do you go? I mean, you know, I know I'm going that way. It's not a big deal. Oh, look, another. Oh, cool. I was just getting pissy with people. Because it always struck me as how could this trail is not, I wouldn't say it's popular, it's pretty clear that it's not used as much. But even still, how could I have gone for so long yesterday without finding some inkling that I was going the right way? So it was a bit strange. Just kind of end up taking what seems to be the natural way to go. Now I know there are subtle trail markers. I can keep an eye out for them. Now would be a good time to have another one, but in this, it's not like it's far. I wandered around over there a bit, but I'm like, let me look at this cairn again. And the rock on top, I believe, is an arrow. So I think I'm supposed to be going over there, but maybe to get there, this way is the best way. Or that's just coincidence. So I'm just trying to keep an eye out for subtle, ooh, sun's up, that's nice, subtle signs. There's a bunch of willows there. Nobody likes walking through willows. Oh, wow. If you wanted to camp here, this is a stellar spot. And there are other spots too. This is really quite nice. The problem here is water. Maybe that's not a problem in July. But yeah, you definitely camp there. Yo, bear! Ooh, I see a cairn. Nothing to the madness after all. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, so I think that little trail was to avoid the willows. No point in going through those if you don't have to. It's dry today. I mean, my tent was completely dry. Clouds are catching up. Hope the sun burns it all off. My mistake, there is water. Jeez. Little patches of snow, I guess. Well, it didn't take long to get up here. I'm down there, just skirted the edge of the trees. Unexpected obstacle, not a big deal. This would be a source of water, I suppose. It's a bit far from that campsite, but maybe there are others. Anyway, that doesn't look like fun. This looks easier, and if it were wet, it looks like he'd rock hop there. So I'm just going to go down there because that would be the obvious place for a trail. Not that I need one, I just need to go through those trees. So not a huge deal. That's not looking as bad as it did before. But it's a lot of loose rock. I don't know. All right, let's have a look. Well, might as well use the grass to get up. I'm sure everyone else does too. Across and one step at a time. So just sitting here having a break. I had a good old break. In part because I have cell reception, which is just, what? I mean, I'm surrounded by mountains, and where I came from, that way and that way, there's no cell reception at the trailhead, which is, I don't know, 16k that way around the mountain, and there was no cell there. How do I have cell reception? There's no cell reception on the other side of these mountains. Not that way, not that way, probably not that way. I don't know where it's coming from, but gee. All right, so, you know, so as all good people do in the modern age, I posted on Instagram. Power to it. So I feel a bit rejuvenated, ready to tackle this stuff. And this stuff is just no fun. I mean, it just isn't. I think I'm going to try kind of going kind of up there. This big stuff is horrendous to walk on. And the little shaly stuff is just nasty. I mean, there's nothing good. There's nothing good about it. So it's just a matter of trucking on through, best you can. So I'm at the pass, a bit windy as expected, and here we go. Very exciting. That was a slog, that was tough. Definitely, you need to pick your way up climbers right between the big boulders that are no fun and the scree you slide on. So I'm through the pass. If it is actually a pass, but anyway, a tough thing to climb. So that's kind of that was a tough part for sure. Just boulders, scree, nonsense. Here's what's ahead of me. So this is a pretty cool little valley. That, I believe, is the pass to Picklejar Lakes. So I had planned to go up there and take a peek. Kind of wishing I hadn't promised that now, but I'm so close, right? Seems pointless not to. And call this my summit shot. So it's a valley I came out of. I just walked into this really cool little valley. Pretty barren, but full of life at the same time, I guess. Pretty sure that is I can see a little trail. Well, I just walked down here to where this creek bed is, and there is actually a little bit of water here. I guess it just runs under the rocks all the way. So there's something. So that's, I guess, good to know. I don't think I'd camp up here. It's just really windy. Just get blown away. I'm going to perch on one of these rocks. Take a break. Alright, so I'm going to tackle that pass there behind me. I'm pretty sure all I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the top. I'm just sort of going to assess the route down, which will be helpful. So I think this is really going to be a trip for the future. Now that I know this area, and I'll have a look at this and I'll know what that's like, I can plan a better itinerary. I think part of the problem I have right now is even if I get to the top and I look down, I'm like, yeah, that's doable. I'm sure it is. I mean, people do it. I just then have such a long journey back to the car. It'd be nice to stay at Picklejar Lakes, but then I have like 30 kilometers in bushwhacking and a ridge walk and all sorts. So I think this itinerary is the best. I kind of knew that, and I wanted to do this first because I knew this was the part of this circuit that would be problematic, and it certainly is if you haven't done it before. So now that I've done it, almost, I'll be able to plan a better itinerary, probably coming in from Highway 40, Mist Ridge first. So I'm like there, it's right behind me. That's dead easy. It looked hard from down there. It's a picnic, especially compared to the last one. So there's the first, well, it's not a pass, I guess, but the first obstacle there, that hill climb. I went up over there and had a break there. Just came up the grass here, and here we are. There is another trail, which interestingly enough has, like, what the hell? What is that, and who brought it here? Is that a stool? I think it is. A fold up, is this like ancient, and it's got a hinge, so you could hinge your other leg to it. Alright, that's just, well, someone hefted it up here. And anyway, there's a trail here, so maybe most people come up there, but there's no wrong way, just this way. Very exciting to get up to top of here. Looking forward to seeing it. Probably not looking forward to what it looks like to get down it, but you know, it's always fun to look. Okay, this is pretty cool. Oh wow. Yeah. Holy shit. People go down here? Fuck that. Holy shit. Oh my Christ. That's Picklejar Lakes. See the trail along the south shore of the third lake. And you can see there's a trail going down this shit. Absolutely not. People do that. That's why I wanted to look first. That's why I did this on day one. video, I'll hold up the camera a bit. This is as far as I dare to go. Who the hell thought it's a good idea to go down this thing? I'd consider coming up, but I want to see it from the bottom. And frankly, I've done this valley now. Jesus. So there's it looks like there's a trail. I guess you kind of go down there. But I can't see shit, and I'm not going. I mean, Jesus, I'll hold the camera up. Yeah, that's it for me. Jesus. I thought Piper Pass was steep. Piper Pass doesn't hold a candle to that. That's not. I don't even know what you call that. That's a friggin' cliff. I consider going up. Up's always easier, especially if you don't look down. I was like going over. I'm like, I didn't want to look any further. The Piper Pass, like you could see where you were going. You could see the hill unfold before you. You could see where you were about to go. You couldn't see the whole way, of course, but you could see enough you didn't feel like you're about to fall off a cliff. That I'm going down the other trail, not that it matters. I mean, this is a stellar. This is quite. Just imagine blue skies. This would be really quite something. This is a great trip to come and camp in those meadows where I camped. Do a day hike up here. Ponder who the crazy people are, go down that cliff, and then you hike back. I'm packed up and everything, so I'll probably stay somewhere near Junction Falls anyway, just because I'm packed up and I've stayed there once already. So. Bye bye meadows. What an awesome place to camp. Worth pushing up here from Junction Falls.